Hi everybody, welcome to Shop on TV with moi, Rob Locke, with an E, or I should say, avec un E. How you doing? Hope you're going to be part of the show tonight. You're always welcome. All you've got to do is email studio@shopontv.co.uk. How you doing? Tell us about your day. I want to know. Now, if you don't want to email, you can also go to shopontv.co.uk. There'll be a big banner that says live, watch the show. Click on that, and a little bit further down on the left-hand side, there is a web message boxy thing, which, funnily enough, allows you to message the studio. Now, you can't, or we can't, so you go to the live on there it is. We can't reply to that if you send us a message, so that's just for, you know, undying adulation and praise. So we can reply to emails, though, so if you have something you need an answer to, then do email. There's everything that's on the show tonight. We're going to go through it in detail, but of course you can have a little peruse at your leisure if you so desire, if you go to a browser near you. Now, if you are struggling at home to lean on something and you just don't have the right solution for it, I do, as you can see. Oh, no, wait, sorry. No, it's an air fryer. It's an air fryer as well. It's a leaning post / air fryer, and it's a good one. It's from Tower. See? Not Hour. 328831. It is the T17138. Sounds like a Terminator, doesn't it? Vortex Elite Dual Basket Air fryer. Now, this has got 8 preset cooking functions. It's dual basket technology. By the way, they are XL baskets. Normally, air fryer baskets for a lot of models are about 4.5 litres. These are 5.2 each. So you'd get a chicken, you know, a medium or a modest-sized chicken in each basket. A poussin, actually bigger than a poussin. Just not a big, you know, a regular chicken, not just like the big beefcake chicken that went to the gym every day. You've also got a smart sync function, so you can either have both baskets cooking at the same temperature and for the same time, or you can actually set one to cook for one temperature and one time, and a different time and temperature for the other, and sync them so that all the food finishes cooking at the same time, which is rather good. There's even a shake function, and when that goes off, you do a little shimmy. You know what I mean? Have a little boogie in your living room or your kitchen. Also, you could use that as a way of maybe giving whatever it is, maybe you've got some chips in there and you want to give them a bit of a toss so you get a nice even brown. Steak, fish, fries, bake, drumsticks, prawns, pizza and dehydrate. They are all of your preset functions, although they are all completely customizable. And you have, by using air frying, they reckon up to 70% savings in energy compared to using your regular oven. That could be, depending on your tariff, £186 a year. So this really more than pays for itself in the first year potentially, and then you know, it's just you're using it for free, aren't you? It is available on 3 interest-free payments with PayPal Pay in 3. If you want to spread the cost, just select PayPal at checkout. You can only do that online at shopontv.co.uk. You can also call us if you're paying for it outright, £114.99. You can call 0333 241 241. Now, look at the saving as well. We've got a brilliant price for you. We've compared this with the high street, and I can tell you that this is extremely competitively priced. Very, very smart machine. Really, really, it's good looking. It's a great appliance to have in your kitchen. So that, we're going to have demonstrations of that shortly, because once upon a time, in a galaxy or a kitchen far, far away, Warrington. Some would say that's very far away. I had the pleasure of recording a show with a celebrity chef, Jack Williams. So he's going to demonstrate that with you shortly. Now, this is rather good. This is from Tower. Look at that. That is a big fat book full of not only recipes for use in your air fryer, but also it's got hints and tips and troubleshooting and FAQs and such. There's a whole guide sheet on how to use your oven. And should we have a little look inside? There we go. So here we are. Look, it shows you how to set it all up, how it all works. It'll work with any dual air fryer, but obviously this is from Tower, and it's even got some of their top-selling models in there. See, you've got, look, all these hints and tips and things like that. Times, temperatures, meat. I'm on a meat diet at the moment, pretty much. And then, look, there's your recipe contents. Oh, hello. Oh, nice. Granola and roast fruit. Right. So, yeah, look at that. So if you, maybe, I tell you what, because also you only need a very, very small amount of oil. In fact, you don't need any oil at all, but you can add little spritz of oil if you so desire. And that's really just for browning. Oh, hello. Banana and cinnamon bagels. But then also, when you get past that, you're also into some healthier stuff as well. Cajun fish tacos. Lovely. So it's a really good book. The nice glossy pages, great hardback book, and it's only $19.99. So why don't you add that into your basket when you get your air fryer? Or if you've already got an air fryer and you haven't got the book, loads and loads of great recipe ideas in there. Does it say how many? About 150. And from novices, or for novices and seasoned chefs. Marvellous, isn't that great? Really, really nice. Plus also they've got social media, all the Tower social media on the back that you can follow. Also coming up in the show, these really are a cut above the rest. Hey, these are your Harry Blackstone Airblade 5-piece knives. They are very, very sharp, but they also have some pretty clever, is functions the right word? Features. So they have a rhomboid structure on one of the knives, which prevents them from sticking to stuff, particularly if you're cutting cheese and meats and what have you. Ergonomic handle, there's a finger guard. There is also a wider, I don't know what the technical word is for, but it's the top bit's wide. So that if you're putting your hand on it to chop really hard stuff, it's not going to leave that horrible mark in your hands. So you actually get five of them in total. And they are magnetic as well. Well, they're not magnetic, but they're of sufficient. They're made of materials that will stick to a magnet, if that makes sense. So they're ferric, actually, technically speaking. Excuse me, $29.99. Basically, you got 25% off. They're normally 40 quid. And I can tell you, they are absolutely superb. Now, you have to be 18 or over in order to buy these. So just bear that in mind when you place your order, because otherwise they won't be sent to you. Precisely sharpened, the blades, to make them very, very, very... Actually, they're compressed under... how many tons is it? For about 7.5 tons. 7.5 tons. Actually, Paul, would you mind going back to that previous graphic? Because I was just going to say that you get the vegetable knife, you get the fillet, or the fillet knife. Now, the ham knife, that's kind of for carving and cutting meats and things. Carving knife, as we call it. That's a German thing. And then the chef's knife. And that, they all have, as you can see, that rhomboid structure. The universal knife is basically the chef's knife with a serrated edge. So that's the difference. All of that coming up a little bit later on. And in fact, celebrity chef Paul Brodell will be demonstrating those. There is that rhomboid structure. They're like little diamond-shaped cutouts that allow air to flow through the blade when you're going into wet and tough to cut foods. Pretty great, but there is a lot of technology that's gone into making these. And at the end of the day, what do you want a knife to do? You want it to cut, right? Guess what these do? They cut. I also want them to last. Guess what these do? They last. So now, if they did ever get a little bit on the dull side, because actually, you know what dulls a knife? It's the chopping on a chopping board. That's what does it. So they're 7 tons, there we are, as you can see, to compress the steel, to make it super duper strong. Yeah, if they do get a bit dull, then we've got a solution for that as well. We have a knife sharpener. Also, from the same company that brought you the knives, we have the Livington Blade Star. This has got tungsten carbide blades for coarse grinding. That's stage 1. It's a 3-stage process. Stage 2, hard diamond blades for smoothing and sharpening. Stage 3, ceramic blades for polishing. Now, what that little dial is that those fingers are holding that's the thickness or the size of the knife. And there's even a guide on the back that essentially shows you what setting you need for which type of knife. Very easy to do, and you can grind from 14 to 24 degrees. But the thing is that these are designed in such a way they're goof-proof. It sets the machine so that when you put the knife in, it can only grind it at the correct angle. There's no sort of guesswork. You can even do the slot, just see the knob? To the left of the knob. That's for your scissors. You can even do scissors, but you can also, we're not just talking about kitchen knives, any knife, but also any blade. You can do shears, you can do axes and things like that. So if you've got an axe to grind it with the Blade Star. Yeah. Ergonomic handle for left and right-handed use, and it has, I misread that, a non-slip ABS base. I thought it has a non-slip. I thought it had 2 S's. Sorry about that. I almost bleated something out there. A non-slip. Oh, dear. Anyway, all you got to do is insert the blade, adjust the angle, and gently pull a few times to restore the sharpness and shape of the knife. We've even, when you see the demo of this later, you can even, I wouldn't suggest you do it, but you could if you wanted, you can even sharpen a credit card and cut a tomato with it. Easily used, simple, or simply and effortlessly pull the blade through. $24.99, worth every penny. Seriously good piece of kit, that. 311505. Maybe you've got a drawer full of knives that really have seen better days. I bet you have. Most people do. I know I do. Right, OK, so now, before we get on with our Tower Air Fryer, if you were watching the show last night, we have a special, or had a special 24-hour deal on the RDM Ultimate Pro GPS Plus drone. Now, that comes with a full HD camera. You also have a brushless motor, or brushless motors, so they are more efficient, they drain the battery less, and they are also faster. And so this is the latest top-of-the-range technology from RDM. It's the latest iteration. You also get an extra battery, and you get the case, all included in that one price. They're normally $289.99. We have £20 off for that 24-hour deal. They're currently at $269.99. That 24-hour deal ends at 3 a.m. So there are about 25 of you currently who put this in your shopping basket last night and haven't checked out yet. So you've still got a chance. You have literally a couple of hours, or an hour and a half, basically, to check out. And if anyone else has been thinking about getting one of these and looking at them, make sure you buy it before 3 a.m. because literally at $259.59, the deal is over. The price will be $289.99. You will pay that extra price. You can spread the cost interest-free as well. We don't have a way of demoing it. It's basically, this is just a way to remind you that it is still available, but just for another hour and a half or just a little bit more than that. If you want to take advantage of that very, very special offer. Now, let's get going, shall we? Let's get ready to rumble. We are going to transport ourselves to a little place in Warrington that we call home, or our second home, our other studio, where we do our kitchen shows, because that's where our kitchen set is, not in Covent Garden. And I think one of the best presenters in the market was booked to do that job. He wasn't available, so I did it instead with Jack Williams. Now, when it comes to air frying experiences, there are... Oh, there he is. I was going to say, there aren't as many as tall as this one. It's Jack Williams. How are you, mate?
I did so well.
You did so well. I almost didn't know you were there.
Yeah, I was linking it, you see.
This is a lovely looking machine, isn't it?
I think it's probably one of the most stylish machines we've ever bought you. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. But not only does it look gorgeous, it cooks your food gorgeously as well. Well,
yeah. Should we do a little around the world?
Let's do that. Because what do we got? What I love about this, 5.2 litre baskets in each. And what's brilliant, again, if you've got dietary requirements, allergies, you've got 2 baskets. So this is a great example when you use the 2 baskets simultaneously. Yeah. Over here, I've got my beef burgers and my cheese, and then I've got my vegan burgers, which are actually okay, vegan burgers. Okay, I've tried them, they taste quite nice. Yeah. And we've got one of my favourites, a flat mushroom in there as well.
Lovely.
One thing you'll also notice about the air fry baskets, you do have an elevation station, so all of that fat and grease is going down underneath this cooking basket, so it's not swimming around in fat. So it's a healthier way of cooking your food as well. You can reduce
the amount of oil that you use, if any.
Absolutely, absolutely. And these
so there are your boigers.
The other thing I love about this machine is that it's countertop cooking. So if your oven's very low down, you struggle to get food in and out of the oven, this is ideal because it's at my height.
Yes.
Why I love this as well, because it's using hot air, you get incredible crispy results. So the thing you're going to
a pork belly?
Is pork belly.
I feel like Homer Simpson. Food.
Seriously.
Jeez Louise.
Seriously. And you saw me do this earlier, and you said, Jack, is that all you do? You literally, you put it in, you don't have to pour boiling water over the fat.
You took it out of the packet and put it. I thought I could have done that.
Yeah.
And you shove it in and you turn it on and it comes out looking like that.
And also, just check this out as well, because you get that wonderful colour underneath and around your joint, on the sides as well. You know, as a chef, when I was taught at college, caramelisation equals...
flavour.
flavour.
Yes.
Flavour.
And also you eat with your eyes, as they say. I've tried it. It's quite painful. Make sure the food's not too hot.
I'm going to be stealing these jokes. I quite like this. I am your audience. Right,
Yes,
by
thank
the way.
you.
And of course,
If you're laughing, they're laughing.
it wouldn't be an air fryer show if we didn't do potatoes, and this is designed for potatoes. Essentially, hot air frying, it mimics deep fat frying incredibly well, using literally 1% fat.
Yeah.
So if you've got a kilo of chips in here, 1 teaspoon of oil, and that's where you're going to get incredible crispy results.
You can use spray oils too.
You can use the
let's face
spray
it,
oils as well if you wanted to.
deep fat frying, really, it's the heat of the oil that is supposed to just do the cooking.
Yeah.
The fact that the food also soaks up some of that is where the sort of potentially sort of lacking health benefits come in. But with superheated hot air, it mimics what the oil would do.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, cyclonic. And don't forget, Tower have got that vortex hot air, that patented technology that swirls around that hot air at such a force. It's like a hairdryer on your food times 10. So you get incredible results.
Ooh,
now,
steak.
what's going on over here? Unusual combination, chocolate. This is why it looks a bit dark, because it's got that dark chocolate. This is a panettone bread and butter pudding. Now, the key thing with this, and these are all top tips, throughout the show you're going to get all these top tips.
Yeah.
If you take out the trivet, the basket which I was talking about earlier, take that out, and then you've got this as basically your one pot stock pot.
So it could be a casserole, it could be a lasagna, it could be a shepherd's pie.
Any of these
It could be
toad in the hole.
Toad in the hole, upside down cake, right way up cake, whatever you like.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the key thing, is taking the basket out.
Flapjack.
There's your bread and butter pudding done. And actually, autumnal, apple crumbles would work fantastic.
Crumbles. Baby.
And then, we talked about earlier, why hot air frying? Can you cook a steak in here? Yes, you can. And you get that wonderful caramelization on your steaks. Think lamb chops, think pork chops, think all of these
These are great. So my air fryer, it's one of the reasons I got mine, because actually I had one of those grills that you close down, and it's fabulous, but you can't do bones. So if you want a lamb chop or a pork chop, air fry, honestly, I swear to you, having now been a convert to the air fryer for about a year, you can't mess the food up. Now, all right, sure, you can overcook it, but you learn very quickly what cooking times are right for which things.
Now, let's talk about this. And you know what that is, don't you?
It's orange.
It's a grapefruit.
That's not a grapefruit.
That's a it's got pink there. It's beautiful. I love grapefruit, but when you dehydrate it, because this has got a dehydration functionality. So when you dehydrate it, slice your lemons, your limes, your oranges, put them into here, 6 to 8 hours, you get these wonderful dehydrated grapefruit.
Do you know what's amazing? Dehydrated mango.
Ooh, yeah, pineapple.
Pineapple, passion fruit. I mean, oh, Lord, yeah.
The question is, what would you do with this?
I'd put it in a drink.
What type of drink?
Lemonade? Pimm's and lemonade, I'm thinking, or just regular lemonade.
Gin and tonic?
Gin and tonic, yeah. Drink responsibly, please.
Also, my producer's saying you could actually put these in potpourri, over Christmas.
Yeah.
It'd be really
She loves her potpourri,
delicious.
our Leslie.
Actually, I love a bit of potpourri. I love a bit of potpourri.
Who doesn't?
And over this side, what we've got our candied bacon. So you get your bacon, must be streaky bacon, guys, really important.
Yes.
Brush it with a bit of maple syrup, because bacon and maple syrup are like best mates.
Yeah.
A little bit of brown sugar in here, 8 to 12 hours, and you get this candied bacon. It's like beef jerky. It is delicious.
Amazing,
Trust me. So they're just a few of the things that you can cook in your air fryer. But breakfast, lunch, dinner, baking, roasting, you can do it all.
Yeah, sweet treats, savoury treats.
All of those things, yeah. The other thing to point out with this machine is you do have all of those automatic programs, which is amazing. So
we'll show you how to use it in a minute.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
And don't forget, you won't get a full chicken in here, to be brutally honest, but what you will be able to get, because I know it's the question, chicken is the most favourite food, or meat, I think, in the UK, is you'll be able to spatchcock it up, or even use a crown in here.
Right, or a poussin.
Or a poussin.
Yes, one of our I'm sure on the video it showed a small chicken, a small one. But for chicken wings, for chicken thighs, bone in, skinless, bone out, with skin on, however you like them, and for chicken drumstick sticks. You see, that'd just be dinner.
Yeah.
That's my dinner done.
Did you notice what I did? I took the fat off first, because you're not going to be able to slice through it with the fat.
No, of course not.
So take it off, top tip, and then one thing I just want to show you, look at the colour of that.
It's just sensational.
That is what you're after.
And that was 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
At 200 degrees?
at 200 degrees,
200.
which is the highest.
And the thing is, you set it and you forget it. You put it, literally, Jack took it out of the packet, put it in, turned the machine on. And I was sitting at the other side of the studio while we were waiting to get going. And I sat there the entire duration that it was cooking. That's all he did. It's that easy. But the thing is that because what this does is the superheated dry air sears the outside, it seals the outside, it locks in the juices. Never will you ever, I don't think, find a way of cooking and retaining so much juice and moisture in your meats. Chicken breast is as moist as dark meat. This is just oozing flavour. And that's one of the things I love about it. You no more dry, chewy food.
Yeah, and you know, in this show, and please do stay.
Oh, I don't have a plate.
No, yeah, you can.
I'll have that bit. Yeah.
Go on.
Stand there.
Hold on, do you want some? I've got some.
No, I'm good. Just as it.
Now,
but I would love a fork if you don't mind.
God, you don't want much from me, do you?
I don't ask much.
Do you want a bib as well?
Sure. No, I've got one.
Oh, you got your apron on.
Yeah, I got my apron.
Let's have a look at this.
Oh, it's crackling.
Look at that. And by the way, you know, when I was
it's
at college,
so good.
we used to cook this. We used to brine it. We used to pour boiling water over it. I did nothing with this. I literally cooked it for about 50 minutes, 200 degrees, and that hot air is just circulated around.
I've only ever tried one roast joint in my regular oven, and I totally messed it up, and I've never done it since. I even bought a special roasting tin just for that.
Oh, really?
It cost me about 30 quid.
Do you know what it's missing?
Go on.
Salt.
Is that it?
Bit of salt
on the top.
Yeah.
See, this is easy. Jack is a chef.
Yeah.
And also, chef is a Jack. I don't know. but I promise you that although you're going to see some amazing recipes today, there's not an awful lot of chefiness about it. This is stuff every untrained cook in the country can do. It's simple, it's easy, it's quick. If you struggle with routine to keep your weight down, as I do, because I just don't have time when I finish work at the crazy hours I work, to prepare food and cook it. It's minimal preparation for maximum results in a fraction of the time of a regular oven. It's just so good. Yeah. What's next? Oh, sorry, he's got his mouth full. I'll just tell you.
Unbelievable.
This is only $115.99, down from $179.99 from the great name of Tower. This wonderful vortex of hot air. It does have a 3-year extended guarantee. Make sure you register that at Tower's website because they have to know when it starts. So you just register it at the Tower website when you get it at home, and you'll have a 3-year guarantee. If anything goes wrong with it in 3 years, they'll sort it out for you. Simple.
Yeah, I mean, look, this has also got pre-automatic function, so this is the closest thing to having your own personal chef in the kitchen. I always think the hardest thing about cooking is knowing your times and temperatures. So what I've done, I've selected the left side, okay? And as I scroll through, you've got these preset programs. So you've got steaks,
chicken,
you've got chicken, fish, prawns. Tray bakes later, prawns and seafood, chips, but also just potato wedges and roast potatoes in general. Pizza, we're going to do calzone later.
Baking.
You've also got baking, and you've got your dehydration function, which we showed off earlier to you.
By the way, the top of it you can use as a plate warmer as well. It doesn't get hot, but it's hot enough to warm your plates.
You absolutely can. So look, we've got our chicken in there. That's going to run at 200 degrees. Press play. Again, you can also override that and cook a lower temperature or a higher duration point or a lower duration point.
We'll show you some of the manual functions.
It's how you do that, yeah. Don't forget as well, you can sync this up and dual cook and also sync it to finish at the same time. So
let's explain that a bit without glossing over it too much. So, 2 baskets. Maybe you're cooking 2 things that are the same thing, or that you're cooking at the same temperature for the same amount of time. So the match cook will cook, it'll basically, you set one side and it does it for the whole oven. But if you're cooking, let's say, veggies and meat, and the meat takes 50 minutes and the veggies take 15 minutes, you put everything in at the start, get everything ready, and then you do sync cook, and you set your times and temperatures, and the oven will put the food that's going to take less time to cook on hold until such time as the food that's going to take longer to cook reaches the point where it needs to start the other drawer up, and then they all finish cooking at the same time.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is timing your food. So when you press that sync finish, again, it will hold one basket and then you'll simultaneously have your food finished at the same time. I mean, it is brilliant, isn't it? It's a game changer.
Do you know what? It is a game changer. If you haven't got an air fryer yet, may I... And look, this is not just because I'm standing here talking about one. You know, I realise, obviously, well, it would be great if you bought this because it is a super machine. But let's talk about air frying itself for a second. Air frying is blooming transformative. Apart from the fact that you're not wasting masses of electricity heating up a whole oven for one little thing. If you think about it, you've got one little thing in the middle of the oven, like a chicken, and there's all this area around that you're paying to heat, and it's not even necessary. So it saves electricity for sure, but also it heats up virtually instantly, so it's quick. You know, I had a really not big 400-gram sirloin steak before I left. And I've got an air fryer. I bought an air fryer at Christmas, but I've also got an air grill, which is like an air fryer, but with a flatbed grill, but you can put a basket in it as well, kind of thing. 10 minutes for medium rare, 10 minutes. So convenience, if you are someone who's trying, as I am now, I'm now 3 weeks into my health kick, and I'm down a stone already, which I know it's going to take a while to see it, but look, I couldn't do this jacket up a while ago, and now I can just about do it up. So for someone who is looking to shed a bit of fat, you know, skinny down a bit, it's phenomenal. And I personally do the ketogenic diet, so I'm always cooking a meat of some kind, a protein of some kind. But the rule of thumb is really quite simple. Whatever you do in your oven, the same temperature and the same time applies to this. But think of this as a fan-assisted oven. So when you get the instructions, if it says fan, a certain temperature and time, follow that with this. Now, as a word of caution, I would say these cook so efficiently and so quickly, you may even want to knock the time down a little bit. But basically, everything in here I do at 200 degrees because you get a nice sear on the outside, and then the rest of the time just cooks the inside. It's brilliant. It's so quick. It's so convenient. Even for people like someone like me, I'm busy, I've got a busy lifestyle, you know, and I'm working shifts and all that kind of stuff. It helps me stick to my regimen. Jackie with a Y. Jackie with a Y. Jackie with an IEY. I've not seen that before, Jackie. You've got it all going on in there, haven't you? Morning, Rob Locke with an E. Hello, how are you? Yes, Rob Locke with an E. Do you think the Tower air fryer would be suitable for cooking Pop-Tarts? Well, yes, absolutely. It's suitable for doing anything you do in your oven, or actually your toaster as well. I tell you what's great, you can do toast in this if you so desire, because it's got the air basket, and in fact I can show you. So there are two ways you can cook this. Inside, there's a trivet. Right, so when you put the trivet into the basket, it doesn't go all the way down. You've got about a ½ inch gap underneath. So what that does is it means, and you see all of the sort of little slots and things, the air goes under the food as well, and it circulates through the food. Now, if you're doing a moussaka or a lasagna or bake, because you can bake in it as well, you could do a crumble in that if you wanted to, that kind of thing, and then you just take this out. Yeah, and you just do it in the basket itself. So, and it is, really think of this as 2 mini ovens. That's the way to think of it. But just bear in mind, keep an eye on it, because it does cook much more efficiently than a regular oven, even a fan-assisted oven. And so, you know, I trial and error. The first steak I did, I put on for 20 minutes, and it was considered, yeah, just a little, what is it? When it's brown, it's burnt. When it's black, it's you get the idea. So, but the great thing about it is if you pull it out and it's not had enough, it's not quite done, you put it back in again and you just bang it on for a couple more minutes. They are superb, they really are, and you can do everything. But you know, you can do a whole dinner. So I'm doing, basically all I eat now, I don't eat any processed foods or any sugar or any vegetable oils or seed oils. I only eat healthy fats, and I only eat meat and veg. That's it. And cheese. So I can do roasted cauliflower florets, just bung them in there. I know those are going to take, I don't know, about probably 10, 15 minutes. And then I put my steak in there. Or, you know, I do all kinds of, I do chicken. It's great for chicken thighs, chicken drumsticks, chicken wings. Chicken wings are amazing. Do a basket of chicken wings. You get home one night and, you know, if you work late or whatever time you work, or you got, now I did this for my lad. Basket of, or a bag of frozen chicken wings. Just take them out, whop them in. You've got a 5.2 litre basket on each side. Cool touch handles. You've got a shake reminder, so with fries and things like that need to be actually, and also things like chicken, the shake reminder, it gives you a little alert halfway through cooking. So what it's always good to do, and I do this with mine, halfway through, turn everything over, because that way you get a nice sear on both sides. Simple. It honestly, and $114.99, that is for a tower that's normally $180. it's the extra capacity that you're paying for here. 5.2 litres each drawer, and also you've got 8 functions, 8 presets if you just want to be, I'll set it and forget it. Oh, by the way, it's a 3-year warranty. Now, it comes with a standard 1-year warranty. To get the extra 2 years, you just the instructions are all included. Go to the Tao website, and all you've got to do is register, because they need proof of purchase, and they need to know when you bought it, and then your extra 2-year extension will kick in. So that's it. Again, 8 preset cooking functions, dual basket technology, smart sync function, so that you can have all the foods, even if they're different temperatures and cooking times, finish at the same time. 99% less fat. You don't need any fat at all, actually, but you can spritz it if you want to, like your fries and things, to give them an extra golden brown finish. And you could save up to 70% on the energy that you use. It's superlatively good, this. It really, honestly and truly is. Split the cost, 40 quid a month for 3 months, and just go to shopontv.co.uk or call 03333 241 241 if you're paying full price. Up front, I mean. So it's back to that handsome, wonderfully suave and sophisticated Jack Williams.
Are we thinking camembert? Are we thinking calzone? What would you like?
Calzone.
Calzone. Okay, let's do it.
I was going to say both. We will do both. By the way, non-stick basket, so easy to wash. Although, if you want to make it easier, we do have some of the air fryer foam spray, which you can spray into the basket. It sort of eats away all the fat and oil, and then you just wipe it away. But otherwise, incredibly easy to clean. I don't even think, because you can buy air fryer basket liners, which are silicone. You could use those if you wanted, but to be honest, I don't think you'd need them. This is so easy to clean. All right, so here you've got your... Did you just buy this off the shelf, this pastry?
This is just shop-bought frozen pizza dough. Okay. I like to put a little bit of red onion. This is chorizo. Let's load it up with the chorizo. Loads of cheese as well. Okay. A little bit of passata sauce.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's put a little bit more cheese.
More cheese.
Yeah. You like your cheese?
Oh, yeah. What's better than cheese? More cheese.
Yep. And then a little bit of herbs and seasoning over the top.
Lovely.
And then all we have to do is basically fold this in half. And again, one thing you'll notice is if you were to cook a pizza at home, you'd have your oven preheated.
And that can take 15, 20 minutes and a lot of electricity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. One thing I'm going to do, thank you for finishing that off. I'm going to bring the basket over.
We've got to get our burgers out as well.
So there's your calzone.
And that's it, that's all you've got to do?
That's all we've got to do, OK? So, just to make sure, there is no heat in here at the moment, OK? And there's no heat. I'm going to just do this for demonstrational purposes. It's pretty cold, OK? It's not preheated. Yeah. How long is this going to cook?
No idea. 20 minutes.
20, 25 minutes? Is that including preheat up time as well?
But there is no preheat up time, is there?
No, it's instant radiant heat.
Yeah.
So
how close was I?
You are pretty close, yeah.
That's only because I know my air fryers, you see.
Let's go down. OK, so we're on the pizza function. Yeah. I think we're going to whack it right up. Remember, these are just
so all you do is, if you want to go more, you just push the button and then you've got manual adjustment.
Absolutely. I think we're going to go 9 minutes.
So first press is temperature, second press is time, third press is set.
Correct.
Easy.
It is. I mean, you've got the rotary dial, and it counts down in seconds as well, so you can actually know when your food is going to be finished.
But you see how these are different
really
times
smart
as well.
Technology.
So the calzone is what is cooking in one side, and in the other side is whatever is in there. I forget what's in there.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you know, at this stage, if I wanted them finishing at the same time, I've got the option to press the sync function. So then they both finish, one we put on hold.
Should we put some burgers in buns?
Shall we?
Yeah. Are they ready, your burgers?
Of course they are.
May I see? We've only got the 3 buns on this particular show. What? Did we run out of buns?
No. I thought what I would do is double up.
He's going to do a double.
On the vegan, baby.
Oh, we're doing a double vegan.
Yeah.
And there was me doubting Jack for a second.
No, how could you? Yeah,
look at that. A vegan burger. Are they made with real vegan?
I presume so.
Just a little joke there.
Hot sauce?
Hot sauce, yes. I love some of the vegan foods. The recipes are amazing, actually, I have to say.
Oh, OK. So, lid on.
Lid on.
Lid on. And then we've got our Beautiful.
And these are cheeseburgers with you've actually put the cheese on already.
Of course, yeah, of course.
He's doubling up with those as well. Whoa.
Okay, this time we didn't burn the cheese as much, but yeah, beautiful.
Love it.
Gnarly. Should we cut through one?
Sure.
Should we do it?
Let's cut through a meat one.
A meat one?
A meat one. Is that right?
Well, we should cut through
one of each.
Do the vegan first.
Do the vegan first, yeah.
Just in case there's somebody who wants,
Absolutely. We are here to serve all tastes and all needs.
Oh. And I'm just thinking, what happens
We are an equal opportunities burger cutter.
Over the...
And by the way, we do. If you're interested, if you go to shopontv.co.uk, we do have a vegan air fryer cookbook available. We'll show you the details in a minute. Oh, the tower! No, they've fallen.
This is why you need
the tower has fallen. Here it is, vegan air frying, $18.99 if you wish to get one of those. There are also cookbooks for keto air frying and vegetarian, all different kinds. Just do a little search. There are 300,000 books on our website, shopontv.co.uk. So just search for air fryer or air fryer book. There it is.
There it is.
Cooked to perfection.
Yeah, and what happens when the rain pours down in the summer and you're planning that barbecue?
Air
Get
fryer.
your air fryer out. It's been a game changer. This last summer gone, I was using my air fryer all the time.
To be honest, once you buy an air fryer, you'll probably never go back to using a regular oven. If you're a small family or a single person or a couple. But I tell you what, now with the Christmas season coming round, if you're entertaining this year and your oven's not going to be big enough, have one of these on standby. You can do so much, and you can not just double up, essentially triple up, because you've got 3 different places or areas to cook in then with one of these.
Absolutely.
And then your main oven. Camembert.
One of the best melting cheeses for sure. I think what's really great in here as well.
What's that?
The best grilling cheese.
Halloumi.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Do you know, when I came back from America, I'd never heard of halloumi, and I worked on that. I don't know if I mentioned I lived in America.
You did.
And it was not with you. It was
Just
with a
one or two
different
times.
chef, and I thought that halloumi was fish. Yeah.
What did the cheese say to himself in the mirror?
Don't know.
Hello, me. Sometimes I have to entertain myself.
You've stooped to a level even I wouldn't go to. That's saying something.
Kids love this. Anyway, don't give me. Yeah.
Jack's also got a sort of a sideline in cracker jokes. Little honey, Ranny honey.
I've been preparing that joke all night and it didn't go down very well. Okay, should we?
Yes.
Yeah, happy?
Hey, kid, stick to the cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, so you can use external dishes, ramekins and
you
pots
absolutely
and
can.
anything that's oven safe.
And I'm just thinking, at the same time...
Oh, even these containers could go in there, couldn't they?
Do you want, you could put them in there. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but
don't need to.
Let's do it at the same time as the camembert.
If you're doing, let's say, scrambled eggs. If you wanted to do a scrambled or an omelette or something like that, you could put them in there.
Omelette you couldn't do.
No, why?
It really needs to be done in a pan.
I've done it again. Every show I manage to find the one thing you can't blooming do in an air fryer.
Omelettes you have to really...
All right, all right, mister, a fancy omelette, the one that rises, the
Souffle?
no, with the egg and the...
That's an omelette.
No.
You mean a poached... Yeah, frittata.
Frittata.
Never tried it. Probably...
I'm going to say, I'm being the expert that I am, I'm going to say it would work.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you can experiment.
You know what? You can do whatever you want when you get home.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
You do you, boo.
You exactly that. You do you.
I do genuinely with my air fryer. But do you know what also? So many people have got air fryers now. If you go to YouTube or if you go online, there are so many people that have got recipes. There are so many resources. I've never needed an air fryer cookbook, although we have one that's amazing if you want to buy it. Maybe for those that are not big online users. But like I bought a pack of Richmond sausages and I'm like, I've got an air fryer now. How long do I cook? You know, so you look up large sausages air fryer UK, and it tells you the temperature and the cooking time.
Yeah.
And that's it, in they go, don't even have to turn them. But now, have a look, you've got all these presets as well, ladies and gentlemen. You've got steak, fish, fries, bake, drumsticks, prawns, pizza and dehydrate, plus the food or the plate warmer on top, 8 presets meal time classics, and all available at the touch of a button. Now you can, if you want to, adjust the manual time on those and indeed the temperature. You don't have to, but you can if you wish. And the great thing about air frying, unlike oven cooking, is if something comes out and it's not quite brown enough, you put it back in the air fryer, couple more minutes, and it might just get it to right where you need it. 8 in 1, or 8 different cooking functions, the dual basket technology. You've got the smart sync function, which if you're cooking in each basket something different at different times and temperatures, it will sync them so they finish cooking at the same time. You've got the vortex technology, this superheated dry air is going to mean that you only have to put a little bit of a spritz or a spray in terms of oil or fat, and that's purely really for browning. It's nothing to do with the cooking. You actually don't need any fat at all if you don't want to, but it's going to reduce the fat intake by 99%, or as much as if you wish. This technology, this revolutionary, it's like 2 tornadoes of hot air. You know what's hotter than regular hot air? Fast-moving hot air. And that's why these cook so quickly and so accurately and so evenly. And the food is seared and sealed on the outside, locks in all of the juices on the inside, and you have this wonderful succulent food. Even the stuff that's normally dry comes out moist. For example...
Well, this is my famous JFC.
Yeah, Jack's Fried Chicken.
Absolutely. And this is a great example when you're going to be cooking from home, from scratch, and it's one of these ones that is like
flour.
It's great for the adults.
Yeah.
So this is called paneing. So through the flour, through the egg wash.
And the kids could do this actually.
And then pick your favourite crisp. So this is those Doritos, or the brands are available.
I like crunchy nut cornflakes as well.
You can do those.
Yeah, those are really
absolutely
good.
can do those. If
Pringles,
you're vegan, vegetarian, you could use tofu instead of egg wash. You can use like an oat milk or something like that.
Oh, right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So once you've got it,
We've got our goujons, or our chicken tenders. No, if you're down under, it's tenders. If you're going to New Zealand, it's tenders.
Yeah.
If you go to Australia, you're going to meet the deckhands on your ship, and if you're going to New Zealand, you're going to meet your. Anyway,
I'm just going to put it in. I was going to keep humour you. Yeah.
What's next?
Well, look, I need to put it in. Okay,
Yeah,
so I need to preset it.
Yes, please do.
The other question I also get, Rob, is do I have to be cooking in both baskets? Can I just cook in
do you
one
have
of the
to cook
baskets?
in both baskets, or can you just cook in
You can just cook in the one. So if you don't want to cook in both, just cook in the one basket.
Yeah.
Close them
They're
both
2
up.
independent ovens or 2 synced ovens if you need them.
Yeah. So look, select your right basket, select menu, scroll through to the chicken function there, and then select your temperature and your time. So let's go down to about, I reckon, 10 minutes.
10 minutes of those will be max.
200 degrees. Let's whack it right up.
I do everything. Most things at 180. Actually, I do most things at 200.
Yeah.
200 gets you a good sear, like if I'm doing steak or what have you. Sometimes I'll do 180, but I actually found 180 cooks nice and evenly.
It does.
But you don't get the same caramelisation. I pretty much do everything.
You're sounding like a chef.
Oh, I learned from the best. I learned from the best, baby. I like my steak to have a good bark on it.
Yeah.
We've got 1 minute. Okay, what are we going to set before we go into the break?
Well, that's a great question. Oh, I think the calzone is done.
Oh, quick!
Yeah.
Show us the calzone.
Did you hear it beeping? I heard it beeping. It's cooked. Let's take this out.
Quick, cut to the calzone.
Calzone.
Here we go. Here it comes. Now, this was so easy to do. It took seconds. If you love pizza, and you could do it with small pizzas, mini pizzas as well, quiches if you so desired. Oh, Jack, I've got to hurry here because we've got 30 seconds till we hit the break.
Well, look, first of all, really crispy dough. Let's cut through it. Here we go.
And here comes the spread. Oh, mamma mia!
10 minutes, or was it 8 minutes? I can't remember. 10 minutes, whatever, including the preheat time, guys.
Including the prep was about 5 minutes. Buy the pastry ready-made. Throw some. Oh, stop it! Sheer food pornography.
Yeah, I'm going to feed you now.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more.
Yeah.
Come to mama.
You sure want some?
Not anymore. Well, I'd eat the meat out of the middle of it. And the cheese. Anyway, David said that since he got his air fryer, he hasn't used his main oven. You won't. Oh, he uses it to store pans. That's what we do. By the way, David, we've got a brilliant set of tower pans coming up on Monday night into Tuesday. So here's what happened. The original tower pans that we sold, they're so good. I've got them at home. They are phenomenal. They're really helping me get rid of this because they cook so efficiently. But we had all of the last of the stock and we sold them out, and that was supposed to be it. We sent the samples back. But then it turns out there was a major retailer in the UK who had some extra units that they couldn't sell because when you see them on the shelves, you don't quite get what they are. Whereas here, of course, the benefit of Shop on TV is we can demonstrate things so you can actually see them in action and know what you're getting before you buy. So we've got a few hundred more have come back. So we're bringing back the classic, the original, for us anyway, tower pan set. And if you don't buy those, you are really missing out. They are amazing. So that's Monday night into Tuesday. Is that right? Monday night into Tuesday morning. And tomorrow night, we have the Tower VL80, a brand new upgraded version of this incredible vacuum for a really superb price. And that will be with Shaylee, Sean and Hayley, and our guest Mark Rise. So yeah, do tune in tomorrow night, and then also that we will be with Shaylee, and the pans will be with Shaylee as well. Right, now, check your baskets out on this, ladies and gentlemen, honestly. And as I was saying in that video, when you get this at home, if you go and you haven't got the Tower Air Fryer book, you kind of go, oh, I've got a steak. How long do I cook it for? There are so many recipes and so much advice on YouTube. It's not even worth thinking about, or Google actually. BBC Good Food as well, brilliant for cooking times and things for air fryer recipes. So just have a little Google or have a little look on YouTube, and you'll never ever. You will know exactly. I do this every time I cook something new. I just Google how long do I cook it for, UK, because otherwise you get Fahrenheit rather than centigrade, and it'll tell you. So you can only go right with this. By the way, if you rub it also, incidentally, the genie appears, you see. Look at that. So this, maybe you've got a grubby air fryer. So even though these are non-stick baskets, it is easy to clean with this, the air fryer and microwave foam. So you've got two 300ml packs. You spray it on. You wait for it to sort of absorb all of the grease and the dirt and the gunk, and then you wipe it off. It's really, really simple. Very, very easy indeed. And actually, it's not even so much the baskets that are an issue. It's around the fan. That's where it gets very grubby, or the splatter or spatter. And that's the bit that's harder to clean and where this is really, really good. It's only 14 quid, so £7 what do you call those things? A can. Sorry, brain froze there. And why not throw those in with whatever else you're ordering tonight? £5.95 P&P. Remember, you only ever pay the first £4.95 of the postage and packing in any order. So if all the items are £4.95 P&P and you order 28 items, you still only pay, you just pay one £4.95. So that's £5.95. So if you put that in your basket with something that was £4.95, you'll only still pay the £5.95. If there's some items, because of the way if they're big or bulky or for whatever reason they require a special shipping, that you might pay them another £1, £2, £3, but never much more than that. But you only ever pay the difference after the first £4.95. Make sense? Now, Alfred Hitchcock, I'm a huge fan of his films. What? I'm just saying. It's a knife. This is a very sharp knife as well. This is your chef's knife. These are from Harry Blackstone, that well-known knife manufacturer. No, it's a brand name. The Harry Blackstone air blade knives, 5 pieces. You get a vegetable knife, you get a fillet knife, or a paring knife, if you want to call it that, a ham knife, or a carving knife, essentially. These are a German product, so they're very, very precise, and they call it a ham knife. A chef's knife, and you also get a universal knife. Now, the universal knife is exactly the same as the chef's knife, except it has a serrated edge. Now, they bring an extra dimension into your kitchen where food doesn't stick to your blade, allowing you to cut with less frictional resistance. If that's not a translation of German, I don't know what is. Cutting edge blade with rhombic structure. Or, yes, rhomboidal if you wish. I think it is rhombic. And that makes them light, but also stable and sharp. And actually, because essentially they're little air pockets, that diamond or rhombic pattern, they are air pockets which allow air to flow through the knife when you're cutting sticky stuff, like cheese, or, you know, salami, those sorts of things. Cheese particularly, that's one that always sticks and that can be hard to cut. It's really easy to cut the cheese with this knife, or any of those knives actually. So these are formed like diamonds under extreme pressure, 7 tons of pressure. So they really are very, very strong, tough, durable, all those sort of words. Also outstanding non-stick properties. Now the other thing I just want to show, I'll show you this live. They are stainless steel, but they are safe to cut as well because they have like a couple of safety features built in really. So apart from the fact you'll notice you've got like an aerated grip, so they're non-slip. You can't, even if your hands are wet, non-slip. But even if you did slip, you'll notice that there's a little finger guard there to stop it slipping onto the knife. And then the top has a wide, whatever they call that in the cooking world. It's not a tine, is it? A spine, that's a good word. Thank you, Paul. I'll take that. So it has a wider spine. So if you are pushing down to do some really tough chopping, then you're not cutting into your hand and all of that sort of stuff. They are dishwasher safe, I believe, but I wouldn't even bother. They're so easy to clean, and they're just super duper quality. $29.99. We've got 25% off if you buy them tonight. They're normally £40, and you get all 5. They are also ferric, so if you do have a magnetic knife board, they will stick to those. And they're just generally all round really good. So, well, and don't just take my word for it. It's almost as if I've been able to transport myself to another place. And this time I'm with the wonderful celebrity chef Paul Brodell, who's putting these through their paces.
How good is this? Look at that.
Wow.
Can you see? I just threw it at the knife and it sliced through it like a dream. You're going to fall in love with these. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Just so simple. How they just slice through. They make no effort. Do you know what? A blunt knife is a dangerous knife.
Yeah.
Because you have to use a lot of force. With this, it's just so simple, so easy. Also for speed chopping, you've got it as well. Left or right-handed? I'm left-handed. They work no problem whatsoever. Yeah. And you have that amazing air cushion as well, which I just love. With the
diamond air pocket. So that means if you're doing like a sticky cheese or something.
Do you know what? I just want to show you why that is so good.
Meat. Yeah.
So if you, on a regular knife, they stick.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you look on this, they just slide off.
Oh, look at that.
So you can see the advantage of having an air pocket.
That is the chef's knife. You're also going to get the universal knife as well, which is basically the chef's knife with a serrated edge. That's that one. Then you get your ham knife. That's for preparing your hams and such, although there's a lot more you can do with it as well. Then you also get your fillet or filleting knife. And finally, your vegetable knife. You get all of those. They all feature the same technology. In fact, never has so much technology that we're aware of been put into one knife. So have a look at this. When you chop, this is the diamond air pockets working. There's a little pocket of air, which is the latest modern technology that allows them to glide through sticky and wet vegetables and meats and so on and so forth. That's just one of the technologies that's built in. As we said, they've also got non-slip handles. They even have a finger guard on at the end of the handle. And they have so much more that we'll continue to cover throughout the course of the show. My, what a big melon you have.
And, ooh, nice. Now, here, what I love about this is your universal knife, which makes sawing anything just a dream. Look how beautifully that cuts a whole melon in literally seconds. It makes really light work about it. You just got to fall in love with these knives because they are so good. You imagine normally you struggle chopping up a melon, but here you do it in that gentle sawing blade with that wonderful universal knife. You can see here how beautifully that's done it. And with those air cushion pockets, you've got less friction, which is just so perfect.
And the I love these handles. I don't know if I can show you just very, very quickly. they have this sort of slightly, it's not an aerated grip, it's a textured grip. So even if you've got wet hands, and then here at the bottom is the finger guard, so you're not getting anywhere near the blade. By the way, also they have a thicker, a widened top, so you can push down and apply pressure from above if you need to, which on certain things you might. To be honest though, they're so sharp, the chances of you ever encountering anything, you know.
They are fabulous.
30 quid for 5 knives, that's £6 a knife.
It is fabulous, isn't it? It's something that's going to straight through the pineapple. Just literally make such light work about it. Absolutely brilliant. Those air pockets make such a difference. You can see how normally hard thing to cut up, and it just flies through them. Now, can I just sort of talk about how these really save you money as well? Because if you buy that little tiny box of pineapple chunks,
oh, it smells good.
that you can pay, you know, however many pounds, when you can buy a whole pineapple. I bought this one for £1, and you think, so the value for money there is incredible. And look how that just slices through, and you've done it in seconds. Absolutely
so it
brilliant.
speeds up preparation, but as you say, it makes it safer as well, because if you've got a knife like this that doesn't cut very well, it's sliding the food around, and it just increases the chances of you cutting yourself. But also, I mean, the times I've had indentations in my fingers from basically pushing against the tops of blades or the sides of blades and things like that. These are diamond sharpened. Sorry, excuse me. They are laser sharpened, and they are compressed under a pressure of up to 7 tons. That's why you have the quality of these ultra sharp blades. It's a whole new sort of way, really, of making knives, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware anyway.
It is, isn't it? Now, I've used the Sawing Universal blade, which is amazing on all your large vegetables, your Swedes, your turnips, stuff like that. I'm now going to use the ham knife, which, again, if you imagine Christmas, birthday,
it's a carving
anniversaries,
knife,
exactly.
It's not just
Look
for ham, is it?
Beautiful. No, absolutely lovely. Can you see how beautifully that lays over because of those wonderful diamond air pockets? They're just wonderful. So they are fantastic.
Designed to clean a ham as well if you're preparing a ham to cook, is that right? And
right.
deboning too, I'm told.
And you've got your filleting knife, which is really good for that too, which is just brilliant.
So in combination, they work together as a sort of a concert of cutting excellence.
That's right, yeah. And then we've got our wonderful vegetable knife, which I love, and I will show you the filleting knife in a minute. They just dice, slice and chop, no problem whatsoever. So again, when you compare it to buying vegetables ready prepared, the economy is so much better when you actually make it, and how even it does it. And
that
do
was
you know
really
what?
clever the way you diced
always leave the oil sac. That's what makes you cry. Notice I'm not crying.
No.
Leave that. Always keep them for your bechamel sauces. Take the bottom off, soak that in your milk, and it'll make your bechamel sauce amazing.
Ooh, wow. Top tips from celebrity chef Paul Brodell.
You need the good knives to do it, and these are the ones. When you look at the quality, £6 a knife, you know, just a decent ham knife, normally you can be talking that.
Do you know, Paul, look, I don't claim to be a knife expert, but I watch a lot of television shows about chefs and cooking. And what's the one thing that every chef does when they go to work at a new restaurant or something?
Oh, bring the knives.
They bring their knives with them. Because chefs spend hundreds of pounds, don't they, on knives, because they understand that that's the tool of their profession, and that the better the quality, the better that they can work.
That's it. Now, I've saved the best till last. I just love this so much. A decent filleting knife, and these are fabulous.
Now, you're going to see Paul debone an entire chicken. Why would you want to do that before you start?
So basically, I was in the supermarket for virtually the same price of a whole chicken. You can buy 2 chicken breasts. So you can see there, I just sliced through the legs, and you can see how it just did it in a heartbeat.
Holy, it's like literally like a knife through butter.
Well, that's it. Yeah, they certainly do. So we got the 2 wings there.
Yeah.
Then we literally go through and we take the breasts off.
That is almost surgical precision.
Look at this. It's so good. And can you just see, this is, you know, normally what would be considered difficult to do.
Look at that, whole chicken breast.
Whole chicken breast.
Now, if you, as you say, bought those pre-cut,
Yeah.
Costs you a lot more money.
It costs you a lot more money. But suddenly you've got the carcass that you can make your chicken stew out of. Then you've got your chicken breast that you could do a stir fry with. And then you've got your Sunday roast you can do your leg joints with. So you can just see there how it just
Look at that!
Or pop them in your air fryer, maybe with some nice seasoning.
And if you're doing wings, you could just save them up, couldn't you?
So yes, that's right. You're exactly right. Put them in your freezer, and then when you've got enough of the wings, then you can just save them up. How quickly was that?
Even the gristle, the bone, it's literally...
Now, can I just talk about the economies of scales here? So you've got your wings for when you're having your movie night. You've got your breast maybe for your stir fry, your chicken legs for your Sunday roast and your stew. So you've got
and you could even separate the drumsticks and thighs if you wanted.
Meals there, if you want, as opposed to one lot of chicken breasts. So do you see how you can save money every time?
And a whole chicken's what, £3?
Yeah, £3 or £4, yeah.
Just incredible. These are 306,587, $29.99 for all 5. You get the chef's knife, you get the universal knife. There's your little safety area there, your safety guard. Compressed under 7 tons, which gives you these incredibly strong knives. They are dishwasher safe, but we would always say the dishwasher salt can over time blunt knives. So I have to say my best set, they're so easy, they're so quick to clean. I personally would not put them in the dishwasher, although you can. Safe and easy cutting through even the most delicate foods and even the sticky foods because of that diamond air pocket. That allows them essentially to glide through things where other knives would get stuck. So the chef's knife, you also have the universal knife, you also have the ham knife, and you also have the fillet knife, and you have the vegetable knife. All 5 of those, all with the non-slip handles, all with the finger guards. The bigger knives are the ones that have the widened top so that you can apply pressure from above if you need to. All not for $39.99, but basically, what's that, 25% off, is that right? Yeah. $29.99 is your price today, and your $5.99 UK P&P. Look, every single kitchen needs a set of knives, and the fact is that this, $29.99 is a budget price that you'd probably pay for a relatively rubbish set of knives, wouldn't you? You buy these knife blocks and things like that, and they look nice in the kitchen, and they do a job. They do cut to a certain extent, but they're not what we would consider professional grade quality. These are $29.99 is the Shop on TV price to bring the professional kitchen into the home. Stainless steel with a rhomboidal structure, and that makes them ultra light, stable and sharp, most importantly.
It is. Now, again, I've just got the breasts here, and you can see with that filleting knife, imagine if you wanted to stuff them with, I don't know.
I've never seen a knife cut through meat so quickly.
They just fly through it. If you're doing a stir fry, they just literally...
Wow.
It's literally like cutting through butter. Again, with that diamond air pocket, you really see the advantage that nothing sticks to the edge of the knife.
Do you know what, Paul?
Fly through it.
I actually gave up trying to cut meat with a knife. I use a pair of scissors because I've never had a knife
that
can do that.
Can you see how it just flies through it? They are really sharp. So that was a whole chicken, and this is making it lightweight and the economy of scales. By buying it ourselves, do it ourselves, you're not paying the
you buy that in your local supermarket for your stir fry, and you've paid even more than if you just bought it skinned and boned or or whatever, cut up. Save money, get a whole chicken, do it yourself. It's very easy, and Paul just showed you how easy it is to do. I'm sure there are lots of videos online as well on YouTube and such that will show you how to debone and how to, section a complete chicken, but frankly, it looked very easy. Here's a sort of little summary for you about these knives. They really do bring an extra dimension into your kitchen where food does not stick to your blade. Not only does that reduce effort, increases the speed in which you can prepare your food, but it also makes them safer too, with the less frictional resistance. The cutting edge blade with a rhombic structure is ultra light, stable and sharp. Again, non-slip, outstanding non-stick properties, which really do mean you can just wipe them clean, to be honest. Run them under the tap, that's what I do. Specifically designed, ergonomically shaped non-slip handle, stainless steel, and they are ideal for safe and easy cutting. And here they all are in reverse size order, starting off with the smallest, that's the vegetable knife. Then the second smallest is the fillet knife. Then going into the big knives, you've got your ham knife. You've also got the chef's knife and the universal knife, which is essentially the chef's knife, but with a serrated edge.
R2D2, it is you, it is you. Don't worry. Oh, Leslie was thinking dusty bin. The knives are proving very popular. We'll go back to those knives shortly. I just want to. This is one of the best inventions I think that's ever existed. It does look a bit like a naked R2D2 who's been not decapitated. What's the word? Dismembered. But no, I'm not saying this is a dismembered mech droid. It's for your cheese, you see. You put your cheese in there, and it's there are some on the market that are great, but this one's greater. It's a cheese mill, actually, hard cheese, soft cheese, but it also does a lot more. It's got a little cap on the bottom, which means that you can, if you've put Parmesan or something in there and you've got leftovers, you can put that on and stick it in the fridge. But it's very, very straightforward. There's a blade, or a grating blade, right? And then what you do is you pop your stuff in there. Actually, sorry, excuse me, that's not correct. There you go, that's better. So you basically, you put your cheese or whatever it is. You could do nuts, you could do chocolate. It's great for the top of a cappuccino, like this. And then you put the top on and you twist it. And that's pretty much it. It's very, very good, but it's a large capacity. You get a nice even grate every single time. And it's only 20 quid, so you've got a third off basically, 33 1/3% off of the usual price of £30. So there's some Parmesan. But as I mentioned, you can do your savoury stuff. But you know, one of the oh good grief, I've opened a can of worms with the jokes. Paul just said this is really gooder. Camera bearing gifts. No, is that right? No. I'll be brief. So yeah, look, now so you can do, if you put some bread in there, even if it's floppy, you put a cracker in with it, moist, fresh. That's the one I was looking for. And you can do your breadcrumbs. Of course, if it's stale bread, then that's even better. But look, biscuits, any biscuit. You know, if you want to have a lovely crumble, my lovers, or no, cheesecake, you can put your digestives in there, and you can make your base. But also, now this is one of the things the nation is obsessed with, and that is eggs and egg mayonnaise. This is actually used extensively. It's used in, you know, chefs' kitchens all around the world, actually. But it's great for grating eggs. So if you want a little personal portion of egg mayonnaise, then you're not going to have to shell out a lot of money. Sorry, that was a terrible yoke. I thought it was excellent myself, but there we are. And yeah, you can make literally, or you could do a large batch, and there you go. There you can see the digestives, and that's just a little smattering of the things that it can do. I'd actually always advocate you get two of these, because you can have one for sweet, one for savoury, one in the fridge, one out the fridge. Keep moving. One in the fridge, one out the fridge. Keep moving. It's just one of those nights. Stay tuned, folks. You just never know what could happen. So anyway, we'll show this a little bit later on. But first, staying with the Star Wars theme, this is a knife sharpener. It's rather good. On the bottom, I said the side earlier, but actually I meant the bottom. On the bottom, you've got a guide to all of the implements that you might sharpen. It's a knife sharpener, this, by the way, if you hadn't guessed, and it tells you the setting. Now, not just for kitchen knives and chef's knives and what have you, but definitely for those. But also, ladies and gentlemen, you can do your shears, you can do your secateurs, you can do axes, and basically any blade. So you can do very fine grinding, and you can do very coarse grinding as well. Restoration and things like that, and polishing also. So this is a 3-in-1, and it, you know, if you've got something that is blunt, you go through the three-step process. It's very simple. Oops. Stage 1, that's stage 3. Stage 1, tungsten carbide for coarse. Now all you've got to do, that, you could do it once, twice, 3 times a lady. Then you go into number 2, which is hard diamond for smoothing. You do that a couple of times in there, like that. And then stage 3 is ceramic, and that kind of polishes it all off. Now, I didn't set that. That probably was completely the wrong setting for that knife, but I'm sure it would have worked anyway. And you should usually leave it on the counter too. But it's very, very easy to use. And then here you've got a scissor slot too. So that's the dial where you change basically, according to that guide, where you change to the right. So it's the right. What it does is you can probably, if I show you, can you see how it opens and closes those? So it gives you exactly the right angle. So it's absolutely goof-proof. Right, the knob comes off as well, evidently. So, and you can use it right-handed, you can use it left-handed, but you can, again, keep it on the table so you have purchase. Super stuff, but let's see it in action. Once again, we're going back to that Rob Lock bloke and Paul Brodell to show you more.
What I love about this is you have a 3-stage professional sharpening system, which I love so much. First of all, you have your tungsten blade to literally start to build
coarse grinding.
Yeah. Then you have your hard diamond, which smooth and sharpens, and then you have your ceramic, which gives you that really amazing polished edge.
Yeah.
But this takes it to a whole nother level as well, because you can adjust the angle of the side
because different knives,
on what you're doing.
Yeah, different knives do different things.
You've got a rough guide at the back, so obviously for like agricultural things and like pen knives and stuff like that, 22 angle, and then for your regular chef knives 20, and then for things like filleting knives it goes all the way down to 15, where you need that really sharp angle.
So a bespoke sharpen depending on what knife
you're
using. Yeah.
Now I've got
left and right-handed.
That's right. Yeah, no problem at all whatsoever. Now look, you can see how blunt this is. Really blunt. I've actually
to show
you. I've actually been cutting the stone block here, and you can see. Look, it's just not doing anything at all.
No, well, nor would you expect it to.
What we're going to do now is try and put the edge back on this. So we pull it in one direction, and this is our wonderful tungsten one, and we've got it on number 20, which is fine for your chef's knife.
Yeah.
Like so that you can really hear that wonderful sound. It's doing the work. Then we're going to put it onto the diamond one.
So you've done your coarse grind, now you've got your finer grind.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and then we're going to go for that final polished one in the ceramic one.
What I love as well is that you don't have to hold the knife at a specific angle. It does all the angling bit for you.
Oh, can you remember years ago where you would have to be trying to uncover and just literally look at that? How
like a hot knife through butter.
That absolutely fantastic. And again, we did very little passes. The more you do it, literally that 3-stage system, just wonderful. Look at that, how wonderful that does.
It's suitable for any knife, ceramic knife.
Yeah, we've got all different knives here. Look, we've got quite a blunt little knife here. You can see eventually it does cut, but look, look at what it's doing there. Yeah. And again, just literally.
Now, would you adjust that to a smaller size?
Yeah, we can adjust that there, look, on the smaller size to about 16. It's not really a filleting knife, but I will adjust it down a little bit. Yeah. Oh, can you hear that wonderful sound?
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. Again, all the hard work is done for you. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It's just brilliant.
Because what was the alternative? Was it one of the like a leather strap?
Goodness.
Or it was, or the big metal thing, the poker type thing.
Fashion metal things. My goodness, you saw how blunt this knife was. Just incredible.
It's going to save you money because you don't have to replace your knives and buy new knives.
Is that? Yeah, it really will. It's just so good.
But every knife, even professional chef's knives, eventually they do get blunt because it's all the banging it on the board, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, especially if it's been cut with glass and that. So I'm going to do the unthinkable here.
Oh, no.
Cut that on.
This is my brother, by the way, Breeze Block.
And I'm going to literally on a metal. So this is unthinkable. You wouldn't want to be doing that. Let's see where we're at with this one. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty,
yeah, using quite a lot of force on there. Just doing nothing whatsoever, really.
I mean, obviously, if you push really hard.
Yeah.
But again, that's when it smushes the food Also, it can move the food and it can slip, and then you can cut yourself, so there is a danger element as well. So this is promoting safe knife usage, effective knife usage, and better preparation of food.
And you've got the full length of the blade every single time. Really easy to sharpen. It is fabulous.
So this is why we're calling it a 3-in-1, because it's a 3-stage. It's really not so much a 3-in-1. It's it's more like a 3-stage.
Wow, look at that! How that is incredible.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look, it really has. That was so blunt, wasn't it?
It was. Well, you blunted the heck out of it, didn't you?
Look at that, look.
Have a look at this. Again, you've got your adjustable dial, so you literally dial in based on the width of the blade. The guide is on the back of the machine, so there's absolutely no guesswork. Stage 1 is your tungsten, and that is for your coarse grind. Now look at this. This is a credit card, right? Credit card's not designed to cut tomatoes, but a quick sharpen, and look at this. The credit card cuts the tomato. It's amazing. And it's literally just 1, 2, 3, easy as 1, 2, 3. Tungsten, diamond, and then ceramic. And you can do your scissors as well, left or right-handed, really doesn't matter. Even ceramics, even serrated knives, you can even sharpen those. And as you saw, we just, for your industrial blades, or not your industrial blades, what am I trying to say here?
Professional
gardening equipment and stuff like that. If you've got a hoe or a axe or something like that.
Well, that's the beauty of having the adjustable blades. You can see how big the openings are. It is fantastic. It's such a good system. Now, I'm just showing you on our chicken blade with our filleting knife. It's quite blunt. I'm going to do the unthinkable now. I'm going to blunt.
Now that can be dangerous.
You can see how much I'm wrecking this knife.
Yeah.
We're going to actually even put it across a metal spanner. Look at that. Look. But the beauty is, just put that there, do the 3-stage system. So this is the finer one, so I will do it fine for the filleting. You can hear that wonderful sound, can't you? That is taking that edge back to the right angle, which I love in the first stage. Then you have the diamond polishing one, which is so good at putting that finer edge on it. And then you have the ceramic one, which will then make it nice and sharp again. And the proof of the pudding is in the cutting in this case.
I mentioned, look, straight away. Amazing.
Incredible, isn't it?
And chicken's a hard one to cut if you haven't got a sharp knife.
And we put that through the paces. We actually cut it with a block and it still comes away so fine. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Invest in this and you've got something for the rest of your life that's going to keep your wonderful knives in tip-top condition. And do you know what? A blunt knife is a dangerous knife because that's when you have to apply pressure and that's when accidents can happen.
Well, because I've done it. I actually gave up using a knife for chicken because my knives obviously weren't sharp enough. They kept moving the chicken all over the place. So I just started using kitchen shears instead. But you should really, if you want to do it accurately, you should use a knife. And look at this. And that's not sawing through the meat. It's literally a sliding through the meat. Filleting, finely chopping, cutting, dicing, slicing. Bread. Now, here's a serrated blade. This isn't, because I would have thought you wouldn't be able to sharpen a serrated blade like a bread knife, but you can, can't you?
You can, and certain ones, yeah.
So not all of them, but now if you're a dressmaker, shears, what do they call them? What do they call them?
Scissors. We'll be doing that in a second.
Gardening tools as well. So an axe, for example, or your choppers, your loppers and things like that. If it'll fit through the machine, it's a blade, you can sharpen it basically.
You certainly can. Now,
dressmaking shears was what I was trying to say.
Shall I show you how to do this?
Sure, yeah.
That is really, I've never seen one that can do scissors before. So all you do is you always go in the side that it says the scissors. You close it in like that, and then it's just like it's almost like a cutting motion, as if you were using them to cut. And so it really, to me, it's like 4-in-1. Look at that, look. To me, it's so many in one.
And again, that
adjusting blade means you can do so many different utensils.
And it will go, the width of that is quite high. So as I say, it's even the larger sort of shears, dressmaking shears and things like that.
Get your scissors back like new again and again. Old scissors, stuff like that, they will go on forever if you
if you're a crafter.
Yeah.
The thing is, there are lots of different types of knives and applications that we use knives for that aren't just cooking. Obviously, the main one is in the kitchen. But for $24.99, you know, the revolutionary 3-step system for coarse and fine grinding, restoration and polishing. It's high-quality materials in this machine as well. Solid tungsten carbide, diamond coating and ceramic particles ensuring the perfect professional cut to make old knives like new. 3 knife slots and a professional scissor slot as well. An ergonomic handle for left and right-handed users. And it also, by the way, has a non-slip ABS base, which is also very important. It's designed to do one job, and that's to sharpen, and it does it very well, but for knives, scissors, garden tools and many other appliances as well.
Again, this on the back shows you
hunting knives,
exactly what size you do to this. So for like an average size filleting knife here, we'll put that quite nice and sharp.
Yep.
So we'll set that to the higher one here. Again, I'm gonna put it through the paste. Ooh, that is bad, isn't it? You would never normally do this to a knife. We've got our metal thing that we're actually on.
Oh, stop, it's making my teeth go funny.
But I know it does, doesn't it? But listen to this, the sharpening. Can you remember those long, like, they were like a long tube knife sharp?
Yes,
and
yeah.
that, you know, you'd be out there waving a knife
like in the kebab
air.
shop.
Yeah, yeah. Where this is just so
You could do your cutthroat razors in there if you wanted to.
You certainly could, yeah. You're only limited by your imagination of you know, as long as, like you said, if it fits in there, no problem whatsoever. Do you know that diamond one? And it is actually, if you zoom, I don't know whether you can zoom in, you covered it in diamond filings there.
Yeah.
So it is incredible to be getting this in this system. Is
obviously exercise safety when you use and caution and all that sort of thing. Don't let the kiddies do it. Ooh,
look at that.
But it's probably that is amazing. It's probably the safest knife sharpener I've ever seen.
And if you notice, I have to put hardly any pressure on this whatsoever. You know, I'm going to give it one last polish because I just want to show you how much this is sharpened.
Ooh!
It's just
is that my receipt?
Incredible. You know, you can really absolutely...
Actually, this is your invoice, Paul.
Too kind. It just goes...
Just to show it, because obviously we've been using tomatoes, but you can't see a blunt knife as easily on these, but look at even the hard stuff is just simplicity when you've got a good, strong, sharp
It really
knife.
is, isn't it? Just like a knife through hot butter.
And the fact is, most people don't think about sharpening their knives. I've got, even my professional knives, I've never sharpened them, never even thought about it.
Oh, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
Whenever you see all the chef programs, what's the first thing they do? Now, we actually cut this on the breeze block.
Yeah.
Then I cut it on a spanner, and now literally I'm just doing wafer thin.
Wafer thin.
Wafer
thin.
Wafer thin. Hi, how are you? Do you know what? We're live, and although we are playing little videos from our other studio in Warrington, we are... Do you remember that? What was that ad? Vodka from Warrington. Do you remember that? We are live until 3 a.m. I'm here. I'm a person, and I'm real, and I'm actually here right now at just gone 2:30 a.m. So if you want to say hi, come say hi. Tell us a joke. I don't know, whatever you tell me about your day. Tell me an interesting fact about cheese. There you go. And Elsmith is watching. She's loving the show. Hi, Elsmith. How are you doing? Thank you very much. Can you use the knife sharpener with the knives that we're selling tonight? Yes, you absolutely can. Now, they will last a good time. But as I mentioned earlier, what kills what kills the sharpness on a knife is that. So yes, you can absolutely, and in fact, actually, I did ask even the serrated one. So if these do go a bit dull, it's going to be a while. Yes, you absolutely can sharpen them in here. But if you've got a drawer full of knives, and you want to just basically get them sharp again, because as Paul was saying, a blunt knife is a dangerous knife, and also it's an ineffective knife. And you saw when he quartered that chicken, or sectioned that chicken. I mean, I don't even use a knife at home to cut meat because none of them are good enough to actually cut through the meat in the first place. So tungsten carbide blades for stage 1 for coarse grinding, stage 2 hard diamond blades for smoothing and sharpening, and stage 3 ceramic blades for polishing. And it's literally just on the bottom and the bottom, you have a guide, and it's very, very simple. It's a key, if you want to call it that. And it will show you, for the type of knife that you are sharpening, what size or what setting, angle on the dial you need. So remember, look, it's coming up to gardening season, isn't it? So shears, axes, secateurs, things like that. Maybe you have a wood fire and you're going to be chopping your wood. Make sure you chop it efficiently with a good sharp axe. So there's the dial on the top that changes the angle. Scissors go in that slot there. And somebody asked how long this will last. To be honest, I think we'll have moved on from using knives and we'll be eating digitally by the time that this thing stops working. So, and in terms of the guarantee, all the guarantee information will be inside. If you have any other questions based on that, then just give us a shout. Call customer service actually 03333 24 24 24 during business hours, and they'll be able to help you out with any of the products you buy from us. You've always got, oh, look at that. Did you see that? What happened there? It moved on its own. Ghost in the studio. Actually, we do have a ghost in the studio. Sometimes we come in and all the settings on our equipment's been changed, and we're told that no one's touched it at all. It's amazing. Anyway, knives, they cut stuff. These knives cut stuff better. And you get 5 of them. You've got a paring knife. You've got a carving knife. What else you got? You've got a chef's knife. You've also got a universal knife, which is a serrated version of the chef's knife. And you've got a fillet knife or a filleting knife as well. All of that. And remember, they have special features. So, I was going to come down there. Will that help you, Paul, if I just come here? So you can see they have a non-slip grip. They also have a non-slip guard to make sure your finger doesn't go on the blade. And well, do you know what? Why am I standing here telling you when I've got an expert to explain everything you need to know? Here's Paul Brodell again and that Rob Lock bloke.
Look at this, look, for your peppers. How good
is that the chef's knife?
This is our chef's knife. It just cuts through it. You just love it. And then you can open it up and slice through. So we've done our chicken. We could be doing our onion now for our stir fry. And we've done our peppers. We've done our tomatoes for our salsa. It's just wonderful, colourful meals that you eat with your eyes, you know?
Yeah,
just absolutely brilliant. Oh, now we were going to do the cheese to show you how those diamond air pockets just slice through everything.
And accurate.
Can you see how it comes away? Look, and it's as I slide down, it literally falls off. Where normally it'd be stuck to a regular knife.
It's accurate as well, isn't it?
It's really, really good. So we've cut ham. Yeah. With our wonderful ham knife.
You've cut the cheese.
We've cut cheese. We've done our vegetables. We've, you know, it really is every single thing that you need in a set. We're using our saw knife for our melons. Yeah. Can you see how just that sawing action just cuts through it? So simple. Absolutely in seconds. We've got our ham knife here. Yep. Just show you there. So I'm just using the entire
general sort of carving knife. Which one would you cut bread with? The universal?
Oh, we'll cut some bread actually. I'm glad you mentioned that. Then we've got a filleting knife, which you saw earlier. I did the chicken. We've got a vegetable knife. And voila, your wish is my command. Let's get our bread.
Can you make me a sandwich? Is this edible?
Look at that. It is very edible. Look at that.
Oh, man, look at that crust.
This is our wonderful sawing knife, our universal knife. And this is so soft. And Leslie, our lovely producer, was like, it's torture. It smells like a bakery in here.
No.
You can just see
look, it's
how
not compressing the bread, it's just cutting through it.
Yeah, if we show how, look how spongy this is. Hello, everybody. I'm a wide-mouthed frog. You don't see many of them around here. No. Look at that, look, absolutely fantastic. So it really is the complete set for everyone. You're going to absolutely love them. Now, I've got some steak here that I'm going to do.
Steak, yes, of course. That's the... I'm going to nick a little bit of ham, if I may.
There you go. And we're just going to use our wonderful filleting knife. So can you imagine, look, can you see steak, you know, which you normally consider quite tough to cut, don't you? So if you're doing your fajitas, stuff like that, wonderful. your beef teriyaki. Oh, lovely. So it just goes on and on what you can do. Wonderful meals in seconds if you have the right tools. And this is what's so good. When you open the box and get this home, you will just fall in love with them. And can you imagine for presents as well?
Yeah.
You know, if you've ever, and it'll be the gift that keeps on giving. If you give someone flowers or chocolates, you can spend nearly this. Yet this will go on and on for years. The quality, when you have them in your hand, they have this wonderful little dented system on the handle which makes it non-slip, and it's very ergonomic in your hand.
Left or right-handed as well, by the way.
It is, yeah. Well, I'm left-handed, so normally I find a lot of knives quite complicated to use. But these are absolutely fine, totally universal.
If somebody's about to move home or move into their first home, they're going to have to buy some knives anyway. But this, you know, this is the set to buy because the price is very affordable. It's an entry-level price, but for really what we would consider to be pro-level features. Just brilliant. There isn't really very much it can't cut through. I've got a question for you. What about Oh, you read my mind.
Ooh.
I was going to say things like celeriac.
Oh, I know.
Really,
Do you know,
really
I tried
tough.
to get that, but I couldn't get it.
What's this one? Or Swede, yeah.
Swede, yeah.
Yeah. Swede's hard, isn't it? Or is that a turnip?
Well, do you know what?
I don't know what that is. I'm basically stabbing around in the dark.
You know, it depends what part of the country you're from, because I'm from Plymouth. We call this a turnip, but technically it's a Swede.
Oh.
So I know, yeah. So it literally, can you see how it just comes away? So, you know, if you look at that, look, because a real turnip is those little white things.
Really?
Yeah, so, but...
We're having a debate as to whether it's a turnip or a Swede.
but if you're from Plymouth, you would call this a turnip or a Swede.
Yeah. It's a Plymouth turnip.
Exactly. There you go.
I thought that's what they called you.
A Devonshire dumpling, me. Look at that, look. So
those are notoriously hard to cut.
took that off. Yeah, it is. Look, it's like a house.
What about if you wanted to do, you know, sort of everyday stuff, like if you wanted to do a cabbage?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or,
You've
you know,
got a
for
cabbage here.
Yeah.
Your
For
wish.
salads and for stir fries, and I'm starting to sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't know why.
Look at this, look. Again, for coleslaw, stuff like that, just how it slides through it.
Yeah.
Again, for speed chopping, no problem. Left and right-handed, no problem whatsoever.
Sturdy, safe, secure,
Chunky
easy
coleslaw there,
and quick.
not a problem whatsoever.
And again, it's that diamond air pocket that gives you, it allows air to flow. Oh, a pomegranate.
Pomegranate.
Allows you the air to flow through as you cut wet and sticky substances, so they don't stick. And it's that rhomboidal structure that's the sort of clever part. They're also very light to use, so if you do have manual dexterity issues, arthritis, that sort of stuff, I would say that these are probably quite, you know, from an ergonomics point of view, really suited to people with those sorts of issues.
Oh, it really is, isn't it?
What else is difficult to cut?
Look at that, look. Let me just do thin
Can you throw the
tomatoes.
tomato and the knife again?
I will try. There you go. Look at this. Can you imagine?
How long are they going to stay sharp, Paul?
How good is this? Well, we always recommend cutting them on wood or plastic.
Yes,
Don't cut them on things. And then they really should last you an awful long time. But don't forget, all of them bar the serrated one, you can resharpen
And
as
funnily
well.
enough, from the same brand, there is an amazing sharpener called Blade Star. If you check the website, shopontv.co.uk, it's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant product, and it will sharpen these knives and any other knives you happen to have as well. $29.99 for 5 knives, £6 a knife. Where would you get a good quality chef's knife like this for £6?
Oh, I know. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to do, you know, rosemary is notoriously difficult to do.
I know, I've heard.
And look at this. Look, it just slides through it. The smell
There's a right
is
tinker down the
incredible,
window.
isn't it? And you can see how you're just chopping up in seconds here. Parsley. Now, if it turns the board bright green, you know it's not doing a good job because it's just mushing it.
Yeah.
Where here,
This is actually
you can
chopping
actually
it.
see, look, the board isn't green.
Oh.
So you're showing that
Oh, yeah, every day's a
professional
school day.
quality, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Which I just love about it. Now, you wanted...
I'd like to see. Yeah, watch this. Okay, we'll wait until Rich is on camera. 3 is ready to go. Here we go. And go.
There you go.
Ta-da! Cut it in, cleft it in twain.
How good is that? Obviously, you know, it's just a bit of fun there. Just to show you how really good it is.
But then you've done, look how thin a sliver of cheese that, well, it started out as anyway.
But because can you see, because of the diamond air pockets, nothing sticks whatsoever and just makes it so good. So we have really tried to put it to, you know, I'm trying to do it as thin as I can.
It gives you precision as well, because whenever I cut cheese for crackers or sandwiches, I always end up with them being different sizes, you know. I can never quite get them right.
Do you know what? I love how comfortable the handle is in your hand with that non-slip.
Shall we show everyone the hand? Let me pick one of these dry ones up. In fact, I'll show you all the knives again.
Oh, can I talk about something else as well?
Yeah,
because you have the wonderful, comfortable edge, it's actually, you feel it's quite
well, it's
nice.
Slightly wider, isn't it?
And it's wider that you can press down. So if you need to apply your pressure like that, you can apply that.
Yes. That, I love that. And then the handle as well. Here we go. Here's the chef's knife. Okay. And obviously you've got your diamond air pockets here on, and then on the handle, they are a non-slip handle, but they also have the finger guard that makes sure you can't slip out onto the blade and cut yourself. That's the chef's knife. Then you also have the universal knife, which is essentially a chef's knife with a serrated blade. Again, and that also has the wider top, so you can push down if you need to. Then you have your ham knife, also has the wide top. It's like a carving knife. It's for preparing hams, slicing meats and what have you. And also for deboning, that can help with deboning. You have the larger of the 2 smaller knives is the fillet knife. So that's the one that basically Paul completely deboned and sectioned that chicken within seconds. Even that's got a slightly larger top to it if you need to apply any pressure. And then specifically, and even this has got, again, that sort of wider top. Your smallest knife is your vegetable knife, and that's specifically for doing your veggies, basically. Did I get all that right, Paul?
You certainly did.
Excellent. With all of that technology across the entire range. It's not like you've got one special knife, which is often the way with these sort of TV offers. You get one special knife, and then all the others are just regular. These are all special knives.
Do you see how quickly it does do it? Just goes through with that rock in action. Absolutely brilliant.
Is that Squad Nut Bosch?
That is a button. It is, you know, it's solid as a rock.
Yeah.
And in the next breath, we could be speed chopping as well.
Have we got another knife we could compare this? Have we got a regular knife?
Look how good that is. I've got a regular knife here.
All right, well, let's see.
If you're on the cheese, how it will stick. Yeah. Look at that. Look, it just sticks, doesn't it?
I saw the effort in your brow there.
It's totally stuck.
Stuck, yeah. Now do another one with your knife.
And then look at this, look. How good is that? Look at that, look. Wonderful.
Brilliant.
How good is that? And it just falls off. The other one stuck like glue.
Completely, I know. That was just hanging on. Less stick, less resistant, saves you time, mess and waste, and also makes the whole experience a lot safer as well. And more comfortable. You don't end up with...
That's our chef's knife there.
With painful hands. If you have to do a lot of prep, the last thing you want is you know, hands that start to get red marks.
Yeah, it's so we're just doing our filleting knife here. Look at that, look, wonderful. Yeah. Always wash them up like you wash up a cup and saucer. Look, even going through the sinew at the end there, no problem. So if you're doing this for a quick stir fry, a beef casserole, teriyaki beef.
And the difference in the supermarket between the price of a steak and then a diced steak.
Oh,
just
yeah.
for someone to cut it up
time,
probably
the
pay a
same
couple of quid.
The chicken. Yeah, totally.
What about fish? People who want to fillet fish.
Let's get some fish here.
Oh, you got some fish as well?
I have, yeah.
It's almost like you came prepared, Paul.
I certainly did.
I said when Paul shows up, you know that it's just everything is going to be demonstrated. It's almost like, you know, I'm surprised you haven't found a way to cook on them.
Look at that, look.
Look at that.
How good is that? Taking
Paul will now fry an egg on the chef's knife.
And look, it just flies through it. You are just going to love it like I have. When you take it out of the box at home, you will be cooking wonderful, wonderful meals in no time at all. It makes it so much easier.
Anything we haven't cut, because we want to show. We did bread. We've done. I think we've done everything, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we have really.
Yeah.
I've got a wafer thin.
A wafer thin
Tomato there. Look
teeny
at that
weeny.
there. Just to show you.
The point is that, ladies and gentlemen, that as a professional chef, Paul, and you use knives that cost hundreds of pounds. Honestly, what's the difference
value for
between
money?
those
They
and
are
this?
incredible.
Do these compare though to professional
all the
knives?
demonstrations that we've done here, and you can just see.
Oh, we missed that. We couldn't see it. Could you do that one more time?
I certainly could.
No, but I was just asking you how do these compare?
Well, look
professional
how
knives.
good they are. They just slide through everything. They're precision knives for every job. And look, can you see how thin that's done that?
Well, you've basically taken the skin off. Wowee!
Look at that, incredible. Do you see why I love them so much?
And for £29.99, you can only go right, can't you? I don't think for that price you're going to get a knife set even close to this quality with all of this technology. Replace your old knives, buy them as a gift, as a housewarming for somebody, a wedding gift if that's applicable. Christmas, New Year's, birthday, you do you. But whatever you do, get yourself a decent set of knives.
The gift that keeps on giving, you're going to fall in love with them. They are brilliant. Get them out of the box and they look so gorgeous, don't they? Wear the earrings.
They really are a cut above the rest. Darn, I made that joke tonight. Now you know all my secrets. I reuse my material. Please do check out whatever you've got in your baskets. Make sure you get it sent to you. If you don't pay, you don't play. $29.99, but we've got a quarter off tonight from the $39.99. So we had some questions about the knives, which have gone to bed. They've been put away for another day. So somebody asked me, how sharp are they? So they are an 8.5 on the Schlurgen scale. I just made that up. I don't know how you measure. I really have no idea how you measure. Can we bleep me out? They are beep sharp. Yeah. They are about as sharp. They're as sharp as a knife can be. Sharp as my wit, somebody just said. No, I think these are sharper. Now, somebody else also asked, do you need to sharpen them when you get them? No. They come pre-sharpened and they will stay sharp for a very, very long time. They are precisely sharpened with a laser. And there is that rhomboidal structure with those little diamond divots that allow airflow, which means that it's easy to cut through things like that, like a salami or a piece of ham or something. Or even a knife. A knife that can cut through a knife. That's how sharp they are. And what other questions do we have, Leslie? I'm just, can we know that how, somebody asked, how do they cut potatoes? We think that was a joke question. Well, the same way you cut an apple. And we won't be on air when the follow-up question comes in. How do you cut an apple? You take the knife and you go like that. Not like that, like that. $29.99 your price. And remember the sharpener as well. And the sharpener is for when they go blunt. But that will be a very long time because they are compressed under 7 tons. So they're very, 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 very tough. So they should stay. And also, it depends what you're cutting. It's like how long is a piece of string? And I would always say twice the length from the middle to one end. But no, if you're cutting breeze blocks, then they're going to blunt pretty quickly. But if you're cutting cheese, then they're going to last you a while. But it's always good to have the knife sharpener, not just for those knives that you're buying now, but also, of course, for the knives you already have in your drawer. Maybe you've got kitchen knives you've had for donkey's years, and they could barely cut their way through a wind. This is the way to do it. 311505, $24.99, down from $34.99. 3 stages, just a couple of swipes, 1 or 2 swipes in each slot. You set the slot width based on the knife you're using. The guide is on the bottom of the knife sharpener itself. And you will have precision cutting at your hands with any knife you have. Not even any knife, but you could even sharpen a credit card. But you can do scissors. You can do garden tools. You can literally have an axe to grind. Sorry. And then, yes, dressmaking shears or whatever they call them. And look at that. There's a, what is that? Was that a hoe? Or no, that was a scythe. Great. So the angel of death himself can keep his scythe nice and sharp. But maybe you've got a dirty, rotten hoe that you'd like to keep sharp, or an axe, or a secateurs. Are they a thing? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you can get it through the slot, then you can make it. Look, here's the credit card thing. See, not cutting through any tomatoes at this with that. But look, a few swipies, one swipe on each, and now your credit card has become a knife. At a pinch, I suppose. But that any knife size, any knife shape, pretty much. If it's a knife, if it's used, if the word knife describes the implement, you can use this to keep it nice and sharp. Right, now then. We've got this cheese mill. I absolutely love this. I'm going to take you on a little tour. So it comes in 3, this is like doing a magic trick. Oh, this normally comes, oh, there we go, comes off. So you can stick all of it in the dishwasher, by the way. So this is the sort of, well, I suppose handle is the right word. So that goes on the top. You'll notice that there is a slot, like so. And that is because here you have the business end. Now, in or at the end of it is the grating blade. And there's just a little, you see that little pin? You pull that out, you put the new blade on, you put the pin back in. You actually get 2 blades. The spare will be in the bottom, in the cap. So one is for a fine grate and the other is for a coarse grate. So the fine grate you'd use with Parmesan and things like that, and the coarse grate with other things. Full instructions are included, of course. So then you have the base. Now the base, that's it there. All you do is you slot that into the base, like so. Here is the cap, and that's because that's an airtight cap that if you've got cheese left over or egg or whatever it is, pop that on, stick it in the fridge. That's why I always say get 2. You've got one in the fridge, one out the fridge. One for sweet, one for savoury, maybe. And then now you'll understand why there are slots there, because inside you've got 2 compartments, and that's what goes through the slot, like that. And then all you've got to do is twist. Let's twist again, like we did last summer. So you can see it there. It's very, very simple to use. And it's very, very effective. You can do large amounts of grating. You can do small amounts of grating. You can you can grate multiple things at the same time. So you could have, like there, we've got a couple of different cheeses. We've got a cheddar and also red Leicester. Coming out of it now is some Parmesan. So that could go straight on top of your spag bowl. That's why, I mean, it's worth having one even if you eat a lot of pasta and things like that. And you use a lot of Parmesan. You could even have one that's just constantly filled with your Parmesan cheese. Now this, in one side there's fresh bread and the other side is a cracker. That was a Gordon Ramsay tip, that if you use a cracker in with your fresh bread, then it gives it enough, I don't know, substance in order to make breadcrumbs, instead of having to wait for the breadcrumbs to go stale. Also, you can put your biscuits through it, your candies. So we've got some Num-Nums there and some Oreos, but you can do nuts. You can do, if you love grated chocolate on top of your desserts or your coffee, you can put a big bit of Cadbury's Dairy Milk in there, or other chocolates are available. And eggs, I love this because on my current eating regimen, I eat a lot of eggs. Instead of having to make a whole batch, which is what I have been doing, you can make enough egg mayonnaise, or enough grated egg for a salad, but if you like egg mayonnaise as I do, you can make enough just for a round of sandwiches. So there's very little waste. And it comes out just absolutely perfect. Again, if you are making something like a cheesecake and you need a cheesecake base, then here, put your digestive biscuits in there and you can create just the right consistency for your cheesecake base. And there it is, there's that little medley of things that you can do with the Gourmet Cheese Mill with 2 blades for coarse and fine grating. Third off as well, £30 normally. However, we've got it for £20 and 4.95 P&P. Remember, if you've already got other things in your basket, then 4.95 is capped postage and packing. And you're only going to pay that first 4.95 one time. One time. Sorry. I was a big fan of the Fugees in the day, what can I say? Till I found out that one of them was a bit of a racist. So anyway, and it's a great shame because they were someone, I won't say what sex they are because it will give it away. I was a big fan of this because they were also in one of my favourite films too. Yeah. Do you know which one, Paul? No? Sister Act? Possibly Sister Act 2. I think it was Sister Act 2. Anyway. Air fryer, Genie, air fryer. You can't see it, but it's there, trust me. This is the air fryer Genie. You don't just get one, you get 2 dose of these, 300 mils each, and it's super duper easy to use. It's not just for your air fryer, you can use it in your microwave. I dare say you could even use it in your oven. And it's a foam cleaner, so what you do is you spray it on the dirty area and it absorbs fat. Maybe I could spray it on me, speed things up a bit. Don't do that. The arms? No, definitely not. So yeah, I can show you here by the magic of television. I can show you how it works. Look at this. There is an air fryer. There is the air fryer Genie. There is some dirt or some grease, some food, and you squirt it on. Squirt, squirt. Name that film. Anyone? Paul, do you know it? No, but there's one in particular. All right, I'll give you a clue. Peter O'Toole said it. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Supergirl, very good. Yeah, one of the most underrated films ever, I think. That, largely because of Helen Slater. Oh, Paul's met Helen Slater? When? About 5 years ago. Wow. Do you know what? One of my highlights when I don't know if I mentioned I used to live in America. When I was living in LA full time, I went to an audition, commercial audition. I didn't used to do a lot of commercial auditions, but this was a good one with a big payday. And I walked in, and when I used to watch, do you remember Fame? The TV series, Coco. Remember the actress who plays Coco? Oh my God, did I have a crush on her. And I walked into the audition waiting area, and she was there. I mean, older and wiser, but every bit as beautiful as she was back in the day. It was one of my highlights. Anyway, that's it from me this week. Thank you very much. I'm only going to be with you because I'm going up to Warrington to our other studio to record some more epic videos. So I will see you, I believe, Thursday night next week, and then I'm off until Monday night when it will be Royal Mint. So until then, thanks and bye.